talking about full coverage or being fully covered, the second scenario that is really important to understand are, let's say you're in a crash and there are injuries involved. And so there are a few different important things to know in this scenario. The most common and important type of insurance to know about when there are injuries involved would be bodily injury, or we call it BI here in the office. So bodily injury, let's say you have it on your own policy. If you rear end somebody and you hurt them as a result of rear ending them, your bodily injury coverage would be the type of coverage that would pay for their injuries. And so vice versa, let's say you're rear-ended and you are injured in the crash, then the at-fault party's bodily injury coverage would be what would compensate you and pay for your injuries. The second type of coverage that's really important to understand and consider, I always recommend having this on your policy, would be coverage, which stands for Uninsured Motorist Coverage or Underinsured Motorist Coverage. This is for the scenario where, let's say, you're rear-ended, you sustain injuries as a result of being rear-ended, and the person who caused the crash doesn't have any bodily injury coverage to cover your injuries, or they don't have enough. That's where your coverage would come into play. There's another type of coverage that everybody has to have on their policy in the state of Florida called PIP coverage. And that's because we are a no-fault state. Most people have heard that term. PIP coverage is only going to pay for medical bills and some of your lost wages, but it's not going to cover them all. And so you could also look at, and I have this on my own policy, it's called medical payments coverage or MedPay. And so that's an additional source of funds that would only pay for medical bills. So those are really the two big scenarios that you need to understand in order to make sure that you're fully covered. Again, if you believe you are fully covered or have full coverage, that doesn't necessarily mean anything, especially, I've heard it used by some insurance professionals where they consider somebody fully covered if they have the state minimum insurance. And so that's certainly not full coverage, in my opinion. So it's really important to understand these things so you'll be protected in the event that something bad happens. Your family will be protected and you won't be stuck holding the bag or realizing that you weren't actually fully covered.